It's been very good. It's been very, I mean, it comes back to the draft. I mean, we know that both of these teams, I mean, the coaches are really going to be digging deep because it's all about that edge. You saw it in the first series about just having a slight edge in terms of the counter picks. It's super helpful and it really gets your team over the top.
Yes, and one main difference you can notice about this KiC 2025 in comparison to all the other events was that previously if you ban something, it's more of like, okay, this person cannot play any more heroes, it's going to be an easier game. Right now, in KiC 2025, it's more of pick your problem. You are gonna have a difficult time regardless what the team chooses.
And Blacklist International putting APG into a situation that forces the side of themselves to potentially pick up the Luna here. Liang and also Arlie, some of the best Luna counters here, but it will be the Athena roam, hover and potentially lock in for the side of Blacklist here. A very quick start to the series itself, but just now in the series here, Nova, in the one game that they won, they show us how to crack down this Athena roam strat.
Actually, this is interesting because, you know, in the last game that they played on the international stage was against HBSC in that Game 7 where they lost. But they're just setting the tone because, again, Chaz is able to play this. But also, it's one of those situations where the ban, you don't have to ban it because you picked it yourself, at least in this first game.
Okay, so the question now is, can they last against APG? Because APG, yes, very fast rotations, the pay and the Mai, very early game centric as well. But if it gets shut down, the snowball factor on the side of Blacklist is going to be pretty crazy. And add that on with a Kongming. This Kongming should be going to the jungle for Joshi.
It will be going to the jungle here, and especially when we talk about the Kongming, Shi, and also the Tina here, this is directly a funnel strategy here. The Athena will take Smite, the Shi will buy the Knowledge Gem, and then Kongming on the hands of Joshi will be beneficial with all the farm in towards his pockets here.
Yeah, one thing to take note of though is that when you saw Nova Esports counter HBSC's Athena is that they had a lot of heroes that were really tanky. Where Je was not able to get that solo kill off of them. Wendy was a little bit low, but I mean, that was like the main target. But they did a good job by fortifying and making sure that their heroes were tanky enough to deal with this one-on-one.
Yeah, so I like this particular pick, right? The Zhang Fei, the Beast, has been very effective. And, you know, talking about tanking through the damage, that's definitely going to be a problem for Chaz. Let's see what else this APG offers. The final two bans going to be focused on the Clash lane. As we talked about it, Chami 1, a big problem coming from the side of Blacklist International for APG. What are they going to pick to try and stop this growth of Blacklist?
And that's 5 Clash lane bans between both Xiang and Chami 1 here. With APG having the final pick in the last pick here on the red side, they do give more advantage towards the side of Xiang to get that counteract pick after Blacklist gets limited in this Clash lane pool.
Yeah, and if we're looking at this, it looks like the Flowboard Marksman, Sunsa to kind of round out this draft. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Sunsa, you know that, but I think that it has played because you needed some sort of counter initiation. If anything, we're going to rely on Chami 1 to really make some of these plays.
You know, for the rare occasion, I agree with you for this one. I feel like Blacklist International don't have enough tankiness, right? And if this strategy fails in the early game, it is almost over. And APG, they're going to add on to that difficulty. Yes, you have the Zhang Fei, the Beast, but now we have the Night Plume as well. Ambrosia with the double lives. How much damage can you deal on the side of Blacklist International to try and break that crystal?
Because Blacklist International in this stage itself, yes, how much damage can you do? It comes from how fast this mastermind on towards the hands of Joshi is able to look for those resources, make sure that he gets the power spike as soon as possible here. Then the snowball starts when you start taking these advantageous fights in towards the mid lane. Make sure that you win out these skirmishes, steal away the jungle camps, strive aside of pay the Tigers on the hands of Yulong away from these resources.
So right now I feel like APG is kind of like the forbidden fruit, right? You have this shred coming in from Blacklist International. So you have to shred down the skin, peel the defenses off, and then you get the taste, the juicy victory coming in from the side of Blacklist International.
Yeah, but Blacklist International, I mean, this is a squad that, I mean, with the Kongmin, you have that burst. It seems largely like they're able to mitigate a lot of that, especially when you have the Ambrosia there. But this is looking to be a squishy lineup. All eyes right now on Chaz. How much impact is he going to have on with this Athena?
For the Athena, at the very least, the early game, you will want to steal away multiple camps from the enemy jungle here. Make sure Yulong doesn't get that level 4 as early as possible here. So it gives you a simultaneous edge towards the side of Joshi to get that level 4 power spike and start himself getting gold farming tempo here. But there is also a concern. Sure, you enter my jungle. Have it, Chaz. I'll just enter the Kongming that's weak at level 1.
That's true. Right now, I think the scariest thing is the punishment coming from APG is actually very valid because yes, there is. But with that being said, even if this strategy doesn't work,
No, he's able to solo some of these guys, so I think that they're going to be fine in that sense.
But with that being said, let's head on towards the game number 1, Blacklist International, the PKL's only hope, taking on the high and tall mountains of the MKL Dirt Sea. Let's get it going.
Okay. There's a little bit of a false start. I think that some people were a little... We're just going to do a quick little pause to kind of see exactly what's going on with that one. But, you know, look, I think that we need to make sure everything's right going into the series. Everything needs to be crispy, smooth, and clean.
Yeah, I like it. Everyone's right. Then we go into a pause. I mean, of course, we definitely want everyone to play on a fair battlefield, right? So we're going to have to work through some of these technical difficulties that, you know, some of the players may have. But in the meantime, this gives us more time to explore about the potential situations that may arise in this best of 7, because we might be in for a long one, we might be in for a short one. I think there is no in between. This is either going to be an absolute domination, or we're going to have to fight tooth and nail between these two teams to really get a result here.
I feel like we need to do predictions in terms of the series. Like, you know, is it going to go game 6? Like, you know, 4-2, 4-3? Like, who are you going to give the edge to here?
Okay,
who wants
you
to
go
predict
first?
All right, so here is that very big take. I think one of the teams is going to hit lower into the lower brackets as well.
What?
Deeper into the lower bracket, sorry.
So you essentially didn't answer the question.
Wait, what? So no, which of the two teams is going to win? I think that's what we care about. And then we're going to talk about in how many games are they going to move on with.
So the team on the left. Your left, my left, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
He's playing
it's an
words.
interesting way of sitting on the fence, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this fence just now, but here we go. Straight away, APG, they're going to be able to take a big steal in terms of the Azure Golem. So APG start this game well.
Yeah, they'll start off that one. I mean, APG, this is a big piece. And Sun, look at that damage on the Golden Kite. He's been scurried away at this point, and this is the stability that we're talking about with Sun joining APG here.
Yeah, I think he has been a very stable player for the side of APG, which is exactly what they need, right? But at the same time, take a look at what Chaz has done. Chaz has already stolen away the Azure buff from the side of APG, and it feels like they're not looking to punish Chaz, but they're looking to look for a win elsewhere on the map. And Chami 1 seems to be the ideal target for the side of Alpha Gaming.
I mean, the biggest thing also is that Chaz, yeah, he got the steal, but hasn't given up first blood here. So you're taking away buffs, plus the fact that you're staying alive, and that's got to be super annoying for APG.
Yeah, it definitely has to be. But you know what? This first blood, I think, would then be so much more valuable, because APG, I don't think they want the first blood on Chaz. They want it on someone else. And imagine if it's going to be Joshi.
Yeah, obviously that would be best case scenario. But you'll take what you can, because Chaz will be out of position. He'll be in the enemy jungle. He's still there now, man.
Yep, look, the difficult thing I feel is Joshi has no room. There is no space on this map for him.
Yeah.
He is being targeted.
Yeah, but speaking of being targeted here, Joshi and Dragon, they've been scurried out. So APG are like, hey, you want to invade our jungle? Okay, but at least the farm is not going into Joshi.
Oh, that's true. And that's what we need, right? From a Kong Ming pick, you need to have the levels, you need to have the gold, you need to have the items as well. It's a very expensive pick in terms of the winning condition.
Yeah. And he'll be able to do that damage. And APG are going to be worried. They are vulnerable. Yes, you have the Final Frenzy. Xiang, maybe not as much. But when that's on cooldown, I mean, you have opportunities. This could be scary here. Oh, they decided to go in. Shasan gets the pick back, not able to push away Joshi, but here comes the reinforcements. Golden Knight gets pushed away. Shasan's going to dash away, but Dragon's going to be killed. Yulong pounces forward, gets that kill.
And that's what exactly they need. It's going to be a return kill for the side of Blacklist, but APG have done the damage. Hang on, Sun.
Yeah, Sun get dove on here. Chaz not playing scared, looking to go on this one with that tower, but he will be fine. It's a 2-for-1 still in favor of APG.
Yep, APG didn't lose too much here. As long as nobody else falls, oh, hang on, Chaz.
Yes, Chaz is still sticking around. I think that we'll see him die many a times from here on out. So, that said, you don't want to be giving Yulong all that farm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Yulong getting farm is already a problem. This guy has had almost every single MVP that Alpha Gaming has in the number of games. So this is a very scary stat to have. Now, at this point, they do have a slight lead in terms of gold. But the biggest thing here is, what do you do with that gold? Can you take a turret? Can you take more offensive objectives across the map?
I mean, you're going to want to. And so you're going to have to find the numbers advantage. And look at what APG are doing. They know that the Athena's in their jungle, but they don't care. They'll let them go. I mean, yeah, you farm as much as you can. It's not going to be as fast as what they do. APG right now are like, hey, let's use our numbers advantage in the lanes itself.
That's true. I mean, coaches have told us about this particular pick for Athena. I mean, it's either or. So if you leave her alone, she gets the free farm. But right now, looks like even though they're free farming on the side of Chaz, that has very little value for Blacklist International.
And look at another buff, that blue buff that's going to be taken away from Justy yet again. They know that timer is there, but at the same time, Blacklist are like, hey, you're going to take mine, I'm going to take yours.
Yeah, biggest challenge here is going to be the 4-minute mark. This is where the first Tyrant of the game.
Although set sail actually connecting on. It looks like the shields are going to be there with Leaping Savior. The Silky Imprint not able to connect onto this one. They find Shasan with the winning strategy. That's going to be huge. And now Chaz is on the back line, finding 4 members there. Chaz with those shields, he will be there, but APG getting away.
All right, so they actually get it. So APG trade that Tyrant for the life of Shasan in the mid here. Is it going to be worth it? I think at this point it still is. But take a look at the farm that Golden Kite has had access to. He is just
Pull back, but not enough. It looks like the red buff will be picked up by Yulong.
The craziest part is actually Justy is keeping pace with Yulong, even with all the buff steals happening. Right now, APG looking to punish Chaz. I don't think this is going to be too much value here. I mean, Chaz should be able to get it. We'll start running out and take a look at that.
Yeah, in the bottom lane, they find him. The Dragon is just way too low, but the winning strategy snipes out Yulong. So making him pay it. Sun gets picked off as well, but they lose the bottom T1.
I don't think that's a big matter. Yulong now has no buffs, and there's no more buffs coming back for the next few seconds.
Yeah, and actually that's going to be a big one, right? I mean, you take the tower for that. You're looking to trade. Chammy 1 looking like he's going to AFK. Yeah, I thought he was looking to bait him out more than anything else.
I was looking, okay, where are the rest of the Blacklist situation changed? Let's head back into the gorge, and that situation has been reset.
Yeah, it looks like it, just to kind of keep everyone in the loop, what's going on. 5-4 in terms of those kills, but only 6 minutes into this one. APG right now with only a 100 gold lead. You definitely wanted way more than that, especially since you got the pay.
Yeah, you definitely need to have the lead. But right now, I mean, Shishan's doing a good job of making sure he's getting the pokes in, right? This is, if you can't get the kills, it's okay. Just at least batter them down.
Yeah, and batter them out, put a little bit of damage on. I mean, even putting pressure on this bottom T2 is going to go gravy for APG. But Golden Kite, wow, with a sliver of life, just barely surviving there.
That was a little close. You want to make sure that Golden Kite does not stop farming as well, right? He now plays the same role as Yulong. As long as the two of them keep farming, there is a big chance of a turnaround and maybe swinging the momentum over to the side, because right now we are dead even.
Yeah, and look at how Chaz has actually been on his side of the river in the, before the 10-minute mark. Is he playing this Athena wrong here?
I think it's about getting more information, right?
Yeah.
And knowing that now APG knows how to make that punish happen, I think it's better to play safe. They do take the T1 at the top side, so this is going to be very important for Blacklist to find a trade elsewhere in the map.
Yeah, they lost the top T1, so APG again just ensuring that they continue to just grow with that lead ever so slightly at this point. But APG again, now that Saber's, the potential for that Umbrella Outburst, for that team fight winning combo.
I think if we take a look at the patterns that have happened over the past few days, if you take out a mid laner in most team fights for Blacklist and APG, they kind of crumble.
Yeah.
So right now, Dragon as well as Shishan, the two of them need to make sure that they're in a very good distance, not just to get aggression on, but to make sure that they are able to escape as well.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean, this bottom T2 already taking a lot of damage, and this is the pressure that APG want to put on, because once they have that map control, they're able to choke you out. It makes it very difficult to farm, and you, again, just grow that lead.
Which shows you there's a very thin line between success for these both these teams, right?
Yep.
And now the fact that they have the smite as well, you have to make sure you get those camps. Chaz did use the smite, but it actually went into the hands of Sun for that last camp. So APG edging it out just by a little bit. We're not having the biggest of goal differences, but another T2 take. This could really spoil the market.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here. I mean, that's going to be huge, but the Crimson is going to be used as well. The Umbrella Outburst, they find the pick off onto him, and Joshi, just like that, gets picked off. Chaz is now running for his life. With that turtle shell, he will be fine, but they got what they wanted. Of course, the Crimson as well as Joshi.
And you start to see the value of APG's composition. Stuns for days. With just Saber and Sun, you can definitely get that finishing blow.
Yeah, finishing blow, but to start things off, the Sylvia Imprint onto Xiang with that pullback. Not the real target that you're looking for, but if anything, they've defended the mid T2, but they're going to lose this Tyrant.
That's fine. I think at this point for APG, okay, they're achieving their win condition, right? Which is to put the mental pressure on. Now, as the side of Chaz, you are going to be a little bit hesitant to step into the jungle on the side of APG, and that's going to buy you a lot more space, which means you amplify the farm and rotations hang on.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of damage onto Saber. They're going to get the pushback onto him. They're doing as much as they can, but it looks like they're not going to get him. No, Chaz will find him and chases him down, but Golden Kite getting picked off. Dragon is going to try to flash away, but Yulong pounces on forward, gets that kill, and Chaz is down as well. It's a 3-for-1.
Yeah, big wins for the side of APG. This time, T3 is opened up. They can put some healthy damage here. They might be even able to take it.
Yeah, they're gonna take this one easily. I mean, that siege. Nope. They're okay. Okay. All right. They calculated it to the final shot by that siege catapult, and they'll happily take that as well as the mid T2.
That's why they call professionals. So with that being said, APG now have a 5,000 gold lead. This is what 2 minutes of the game can do for you.
Yeah, and APG right now, full control right now. This is not what you want to see if you're Blacklist. But again, we kind of talked about this. How are they going to able to weather the early game onslaught by APG? I mean, yeah, you have those T3 still alive, and Blacklist do have a chip and a chair into this game. But again, it's a situation now where you know, the 10 to 12 minute mark hasn't happened, as Saki was talking about in the pregame, of getting to that point where they're going to able to equalize.
I feel like they may need even more time. Golden KiC, yes, is at level 12, 3 levels away, but he needs more gold to buy those items, right? He needs to be 6 slotted, and that really could change the situation, because right now Saber is able to soak in all the damage, but what happens when Golden KiC gets that 6 slotted state? Saber is going to melt.
Yeah, it's just all about that time, and now the Tyrant, he will be tethered back in. He's going to be leashed on this one. I mean, Chaz had been spotting this out, and APG, again, just playing with it. They're like, okay, does someone want to go? Are they not? But Chaz is still in prime position. He might actually decide to dive over the wall for this, but he's going to be killed even before the Tyrant can be taken.
Smart moves from the side of APG. Delay the Tyrant, Shadow Tyrant, by the way, and then get the life of Chaz before you complete the job. You don't want to put yourself at a risk where there is going to be a surprise steal from Chaz.
Yeah, and now with this numbers advantage, the super minions in the top lane quickly dispersed by Golden KiC on this one, but it's all about the T3s here. Chaz will be spawning very shortly.
Right, we'll see how much time can they buy. T3 is taken in the mid, in the top. This is not a lot of time left for the side of Blacklist. A big push could really seriously end the hopes of Blacklist International in this first game number 1.
Yeah, and actually APG doing a great job of understanding how to finish this game out. They've got a 6k net worth lead, doing the perfect siege, nobody dying, and then getting away and then taking over your own jungle again for that one last route around, and just ensuring that you have that net worth to really take them over the hump.
Which is why I feel Saber is a huge issue for the side of Blacklist International, right? Ominous Premonition with the Succubus cloak as well, so he has both physical and magical defense. Now, this is not enough time for Blacklist International, because right now APG have gotten their hands on the Shadow Overlord, and I believe this is with the Primal Bond as well. So add on that difficulty, your base is in trouble.
Yeah, definitely in trouble here. I mean, with this the Vanguard in the bottom lane, this is going to be a tough one, right? I mean, APG will just slow siege this bottom T3, wait for that Shadow Vanguard to actually make an appearance. But Blacklist International right now looking to kind of initiate at some point.
It's going to be difficult to get it done.
The turtle shell, Chaz is going to be fine.
Yeah, he's totally fine at this point, but the tower is not. T3 looking to be taken, and this is going to be an open base for the side of Blacklist International. Things are going to get more difficult from this point because the Shadow Vanguards and Overlord are here.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult indeed. I mean, the stuns, they have all of their ults if they want to go for this one. Silkenprint is really not going to do too much on that one, but the Umbrella Outburst is going to be used. But the nice 3-man stun with the Rue Engine, pushing them back. They've gotten Justy, they got the first, the Jamie one is going to be killed as well as Chaz. They've got a 3-for-1 so far, but they're going to take the Crystal, and just like that, APG take game number 1.
With an ace as well, with the cherry on top. So this is going to be a difficult situation for the side of Blacklist International. But what a performance by APG. They knew what the win conditions on Blacklist International was, and that was just time.